Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have the classic, the Disney classic, Lady and the Tramp from 1955. This is 100, it's an hour and 19 minutes long, and it is a story of a pampered pooch meeting free as a bird, free as a dog, without a collar, mutt, and see what happens, how they affect each other's lives. This we've already reviewed this movie, the live action one that came out a couple years ago, right about the time that Disney Plus launched around there. And yeah, it's I was surprised. I have to admit something. I'm pretty sure I've seen this movie, but I probably have not seen it since I was very, very little. I know all the things. I know the songs. I know the spaghetti kissing scene and the dudes who really go out of their way to pamper a bunch of back alley dogs. But I mean, I can't even get that kind of service these days. I don't sit inside restaurants that much anymore, but still, I don't think I've ever gotten that kind of service from from the cook and the waiter at any restaurant, much less an Italian restaurant or any other restaurant. It's yeah. If I got that kind of restaurant, I would do the spaghetti kiss with whoever I was with. Yeah, and all singing songs to you, and Bella Noche. So yeah, tonight is the night. By the way, this counts technically as a musical. I mean, there's a number of songs here and there, uh, but it's. I mean, the characters don't necessarily break out in song to describe how they're feeling and what they're thinking. It's not really happening the way you normally see it in a musical. So technically, it's not a musical, but it's got plenty of iconic classic music pieces drawn throughout it. This stars Barbara Luddy and Larry Roberts as Lady and the Tramp, the two of them, but most notably Peggy Lee, pop star from that era. She sings. Why can't I ever remember this properly? The dog is a tramp. It's that Mutt is a tramp. He's just a tramp. He's a tramp. That's the song's name. He's a tramp, and she pretty much lays lays it out for Lady. Like, that dog you've been hanging out with, or they don't actually realize that she's been hanging out with him. They're just like, there's a guy that hangs around here, and he's had all sorts of girls, and he's just trouble. And and she pretty much realizes that she might be just one more in a string of forgotten lovers, or yeah, romances. Like, because there's no lovers in 1955, even with dogs. I'm sure the kiss was controversial and shocking at the spaghetti dinner. I don't know. It's 1955. Uh, so yeah, but Peggy Lee was a kind of a big deal back then to have her singing a song as a dog in the dog pound. Kind of cool, I guess. I wasn't alive in 1955, believe it or not. So I don't know the iconic impact. It's sort of like having Beyonce come in and sing in a song, in your movie, in your animated movie. I don't know. I can't remember who sang her role in the live action one. Was it Lady Gaga? I I'm probably very wrong. I have no idea. My brain has not retained that information. But yeah, was it Rihanna? No, I have no idea. But we're not here to talk about that other movie. But I have to admit that I was surprised at how close that remake was to this. There's a few changes here and there. There's a little bit more deep backstory on the dogs, especially Tramp. Um, but yeah, yeah, we go deep on a dog's backstory in the live action version, and there's no zoo scene. I don't recall in the live action version because I think that would have been just way too many animals to start animating. They were probably blowing their budget just non-stop dogs being digitally animated throughout. So why do elephants and alligators and monkeys and everything else? There's no need. And a whole beaver scene. Yeah, Just do it a different way, and they did it. But anyway, yeah, like am I spoiling stuff for you for either one of these movies? Yes, probably. But come on, this movie came out in 1955. Odds are, if you wanted to see it, you probably have seen it already. And if not, hey, well, here's your chance. It's not like any of this stuff is going to stick in your brain, and you're going to remember. Oh my gosh, he told me that there are no beavers in this movie, or there are beavers in this movie, no beavers in the live action movie. Oh well. There are beavers in this movie. A beaver with a lisp. Also, this movie gets a pre-film warning that you can't skip over that says, hey, there are insensitive depictions of certain peoples in this. And yeah, I mean, beyond, the cliche Italian guys and everything else, the most heinous and the most notorious, I should say, of these problems, which is what the warning at the beginning is I'm sure talking about more than anything else in this film. By the way, it's a warning that says, hey, yeah, we didn't take the scene out because it's kind of important, still an important scene that moves the story along. But we kept it in so that it can, with this warning, with this notation, hey, we're aware, and it can lead to conversations why this might be insensitive, this might be a little bit controversial, and really obnoxious. It's a Siamese cats scene, and they are more than likely sung by not Asian actors and actor. I don't know if they doubled up on the what you call it, the voices, or they just doubled the person and did it. But they're very. I'm not going to do the voice. It's just, yeah, it's very uncomfortable to watch. If you, yeah. So things are different in 1955. Anyway, it's a classic for a reason. It's sweet. It's enjoyable. It's again, it's not as intense as the modern version because, well, the pacing in movies is a whole lot different today than it was in 1955, and that's just the way it is. I mean, there's still a chance you would still throw this movie on for little kids and have them go, oh, this is cool, cute doggies. But some kids right now just don't have a attention span because they're face down in certain things and clicking through all the YouTubes, and I sound like an old man just talking like that. Sorry. Anyway, so the live action version is a little bit more intense, but it has the same story beats for the most part. Yeah, it's kind of strange that it worked out that way, that they went so close to the original. So yeah, but hey, if you've already seen the live action version, it's time to see the original or revisit it again if you haven't since you were a kid, because I'm gonna have to mark this down as something I haven't seen before, even though I know all the story beats, I know all the songs, I know who the characters are. I have to treat it like it's something I've never seen before. I keep track of that kind of thing. If it's something new, if it's something I haven't seen, or if something I've seen before, like all the Marvel films or all the Star Wars films, I've obviously seen this before, so I can't mark them down as new. Except like Star Wars Visions, well, that was new to me, so I have to mark that down as new. I keep track of all sorts of weird data with this. So anyway, yeah, I have to treat it as new because there were so many elements that I didn't recall as a first thing. I'm looking at this through the lens of going, oh, I saw the live action version first. Or I saw the most live action version as an adult first. And, oh, well, they kept all the beats. So, anyway, that's how I'm going to treat it. Like you care. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
479.
Okay, thank you. Really quiet. 479. 479. I don't know what this is, but it's a series and it's probably a Disney Channel, original series. we'll probably watch 1 or 2 episodes and see how it goes. But we're going to be stuck in the middle. Stuck in the Middle is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.